KVGC News Times, now 6 minutes after the hour. Well, Amador County Public Health and the Amador County Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services are urging residents to prepare for extreme temperatures predicted to reach over 100 degrees. The National Weather Service indicates that temperatures will remain above 100 until Monday. According to Amador County Health Officer Dr. Rita Kerr, when temperatures reach above 100, it's important to drink plenty of fluids, limit physical exertion, and stay indoors in an air-conditioned location as much as possible. Remember, too, although nearly everyone is uncomfortable in high heat, some people are more vulnerable than others. The elderly, the very young, and those with chronic medical conditions are particularly susceptible. Be sure to drink plenty of cool fluids, rest inside or in the shade. Check on elderly neighbors and friends, and never leave children or pets in the car. Engaging in outdoor activity when it's cooler in the early morning or evening hour is safest. Avoid the peak heat of the day. Now remember, the warning signs of heat-related illness include dizziness, headache, weakness, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, confusion, rapid pulse, seizures, muscle cramps, or hot, dry, flushed skin. If symptoms do not subside, seek medical help or call 911.
Well, California's power grid operator, CalISO, called for voluntary energy conservation today as the state swelters under a heat wave that has blanketed the West and brought dangerously high temperatures to many areas. California Independent System Operator issued a flex alert for 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. this evening, urging people to set their thermostats to 78 degrees or higher and avoid using washers, dishwashers, and other major appliances. Now, while the electrical supply will be tight, actual blackouts are unlikely, but that could change as temps spike. During another heat spell late August last year, the state saw 2 days of rotating outages that affected more than 200,000 people. They were the first such blackouts since 2001. Power officials say the electrical grid has seen upgrades in power storage and transmission since then, including adding about 3,500 megawatts of capacity, in general enough to power some 2.6 million homes. That includes 2,000 megawatts worth of battery storage that could be crucial when solar power generation tails in the dark. The current heat wave expected to ease slightly heading into Sunday and next week.
And cooling centers have been set up in Amador County at the Amador Senior Center on New York Ranch Road. They'll be open today through Friday from 12:30 to 6. Cooling centers in Ione at Fire Station Number 2 on Preston Avenue will open from 1 to 7 through Saturday. And in Calaveras County, cooling centers will be open through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the San Andreas Library, Jenny Lind Elementary School, West Point Community Hall, the Murphy's Fire Station, Copperopolis Armory, and Independence Hall.
And the search continuing today for a drowning victim, New Melones Reservoir. According to the Calaveras Sheriff Office, around 4 Tuesday afternoon, Sheriff Dispatch received reports of a drowning near the dam at New Melones. While speaking to witnesses, deputies learned a 33-year-old Merced man had jumped in the water from a boat, began experiencing difficulty swimming. His 35-year-old brother jumped into the water to assist him. As the brother was swimming to assist, someone in the boat found and threw a life preserver to the man experiencing difficulty. He was able to use that life preserver to stay afloat and eventually get back on the boat. Unfortunately, his brother, who had jumped in to save him, began experiencing difficulties and went underwater. Attempts to locate the man unsuccessful by the boating party, and the sheriff office was notified. Deputies from Calaveras County Marine Safety Division, Calaveras County Sheriff Dive Team, Tuolumne County Marine Safety Division, Rangers from Bureau of Reclamation, Calaveras Search and Rescue, and a canine specifically trained to search for drowning victims all responded. The man's body has not yet been recovered.
And the Calaveras Marijuana Enforcement Unit served 4 unrelated search warrants for illegal marijuana cultivation on June 9th and 11th. The first site served on the 9th was located off Hoover Road in McCallamy Hill. Deputies seized over 1,000 growing marijuana plants with an estimated value exceeding $1 million. This location has been forwarded to the Calaveras County Code Enforcement and Environmental Health Department for follow-up concerning environmental issues at the site. The second site served on the 9th was located on Cedar Way in Mountain Ranch. Deputies seized 200 growing marijuana plants with an estimated value of $140,000. Then on June 11th, the first site served was located off Paradise Peak in Valley Springs. The residence had been converted into an indoor marijuana site. Deputies seized 595 growing and processed marijuana plants with an estimated value of over $800,000. The second site eradicated on June 11th was located on Brookline Court in Valley Springs. This residence had also been converted for indoor marijuana cultivation. Deputies seized marijuana with an estimated value exceeding $1,400,000. The investigation into each of these sites is ongoing.
And California regulators set to approve revised worksite rules that allow fully vaccinated employees the same freedoms as when off the job. The revised regulations would conform to general state guidelines that took effect Tuesday by ending most mask rules for people vaccinated against coronavirus. Governor Newsom promised yesterday that the 7-member governor-appointed Cal OSHA board will, quote, codify that through a vote. Now, Newsom said he will then quickly issue an executive order sidestepping the usual legal review that would normally keep the rules from taking effect until June 28th. The new regulations conform with state guidelines patterned after the latest CDC recommendations. Fully vaccinated employees will not need to wear masks, except in locations like mass transit and classrooms, where they're required for everyone, or in the event of outbreaks. Everyone will still need to remain masked in places such as public transit, indoor school classes, healthcare facilities, and evacuation centers. Physical distancing will also end except for certain workers during major outbreaks. Employers must also document workers who skip masks indoors are indeed fully vaccinated.
And that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Thursday morning. From the KVGC News Center,
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day, to visit our website. That's kvgcradio.com.